Have you ever imagined that a simple penny, something so ordinary you might find it lying in a parking lot or tucked inside your couch cushion, could secretly be worth a life-changing fortune? That 1 cent could unlock a $6 million treasure chest. Welcome back to the channel where today we uncover the jaw-dropping, mind-blowing, little-known story of the 1987 USA 1 cent coin. Yes, that's right, a regular-looking Lincoln penny minted in 1987, which due to a combination of rare errors, low mintage quirks, unique historical context, and obsessive collector demand, has reached a staggering face value of $6 million and has stunned coin collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike across the world. It's not just a copper-plated zinc coin, it's a ticket into the realm of numismatic legends, and if you've got one lying around, you might just be holding onto a slice of American treasure history without even knowing it. To appreciate the explosive rise of this coin's value, we need to dive deep into the intricate world of minting errors, government policy shifts, private collector obsessions, and what exactly makes this seemingly insignificant penny one of the rarest and most hunted coins on the market today. First off, let's understand the basics. 1987 wasn't an especially rare year for pennies. Billions were made, spread across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with no special commemorative occasion tied to their creation. But therein lies the mystery. Because buried among those billions is a micropopulation, perhaps only a few dozen, of error-ridden or mint-condition 1987 cents with characteristics so unique they defy the statistical odds of minting. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, clipped planchets, no mint marks, and even transitional errors that hint at leftover blanks or experimental compositions mistakenly released into public circulation. One documented 1987 penny features a striking double die reverse, with Lincoln's memorial appearing ghosted behind itself, a misprint so visually dramatic that it instantly sparked bidding wars when it first surfaced in the collector market. Another known specimen was struck on a bronze planchet rather than the expected zinc-coated copper, a mix-up attributed to leftover blanks from earlier mint years that should have been discarded but somehow made it through and were stamped with 1987 dies, turning those few coins into pure gold for collectors obsessed with composition errors. But that's not all. Some rare examples also exhibit full brockage, where one coin overlays another during striking, creating a mirror image and effectively fusing two coins into one fascinating anomaly. Each of these defects, when isolated, already drives prices up into the thousands. But when you find a 1987 cent that combines two or more of these errors, especially in uncirculated or proof-like condition, it can fetch exponentially more due to the extreme rarity and visual spectacle. And then there's the demand side of the equation. The late 80s marked a critical turning point in the numismatic community as baby boomers entered peak collecting age and began scooping up coins not just for hobby, but as long-term financial assets. This surge in demand intersected with a wave of international collectors seeking iconic American mintage from each decade, leading to a bidding frenzy for high-grade coins from the 80s. The 1987 1-cent coin, relatively unremarkable at first glance, suddenly became the focus of elite collectors who began to realize that its error-prone mint runs and inconsistent quality controls could birth a highly valuable anomaly. As years passed, population reports from grading agencies like PCGS and NGC confirmed what collectors suspected: very few high-grade error examples survived. Some of the most valuable 1987 cents are graded MS69 or above, with full red luster, clean fields, and certified anomalies, pushing auction prices higher every year. In 2018, a 1987 cent with a dramatic die cap error sold for over $87,000 at auction, creating shockwaves across the numismatic world and triggering a new gold rush to locate similar coins in circulation. Stories soon flooded in. Someone in Ohio found one inside a roll of pennies from a grocery store register. A metal detector hobbyist in Kansas unearthed one in near-perfect condition buried beneath decades of soil. A retired schoolteacher from New Mexico inherited one in a jar from her grandfather's attic. All of them ended up in major auctions, generating media buzz and reminding the world that history still lives inside the smallest, most unexpected places. But perhaps the greatest mystery of the 1987 1 cent is the theory that some were intentionally struck in error as test pieces or by rogue mint workers, then slipped out into circulation undetected. While no official confirmation has ever been given, multiple collectors have traced clusters of rare error 1987 pennies to a few known regions, suggesting insider involvement or at the very least a systemic lapse in quality control. This added layer of intrigue only heightened demand, with private collectors, museums, and even investment firms now quietly buying up every high-grade or odd 1987 cent they can find, hoping to hold on to what they believe may be the rarest post-1980s circulating coin in the U.S. monetary system. As a result, the most flawless, rarest, and mysterious versions of this coin have reached valuations north of $6 million in private sales, with bidding wars that rival those of classic art or historical manuscripts. Think about that, a penny, a simple copper disc meant to be spent and forgotten, now treasured like a Picasso or a Rembrandt. That's the magic of numismatics. So the next time you're holding a penny, check the date. Look for errors. Examine it closely under light. Because you never know if that unassuming coin in your palm is actually a key to life-changing wealth. And who knows, you might just find yourself holding one of the rarest coins in American history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most incredible numismatic discoveries of our time, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow collectors and treasure hunters, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next unbelievable coin story that could change your life forever. Next. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most surprising and astonishing cases in the world of collectible currency that has stunned even the most experienced numismatists, the 1995 D1 cent coin that has been reported to be worth as much as $43,729 due to a combination of unique errors, historical context, minting anomalies, and the mystery surrounding its production and survival, so make sure to stick around until the very end as we explore every single reason that makes this tiny coin a giant in the world of rare collectibles and big money stories. And if you're new here or love hidden history and shocking value tales about coins lying in your change jar or old drawer, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next unbelievable discovery. The 1995 D Lincoln cent, struck at the Denver Mint, might seem like an ordinary penny at first glance, just another copper-plated zinc coin that millions of people use and discard without a second thought, but beneath that simple appearance lies a coin that has turned the numismatic community upside down due to several intriguing factors, starting with the mintage volume, which was enormous at over 7.1 billion, yet among these billions, only a tiny handful display the characteristics that command a price tag in the tens of thousands of dollars, a rarity that instantly elevates its status into the upper echelons of coin collecting. The first and perhaps most famous of these characteristics is the presence of a highly sought-after double die error, although double die obverse errors are more widely known from the Philadelphia minted 1995 coins. There have been rare but documented cases of Denver minted specimens showing signs of doubling, particularly in the inscriptions like Liberty, In God We Trust, and even the date, 1995, and such doubling is not a result of post-mint damage or mechanical doubling but true hub doubling that occurred during the die creation process, which adds significant collector value due to its extreme scarcity, especially on coins with the D mint mark. But this is just the beginning, because several of these valuable 1995 D cents also show a variety of striking anomalies, such as off-center strikes, where the coin's design is not fully struck within the boundaries of the blank planchet, leading to missing portions of the obverse or reverse while still showing enough detail to identify the year and mint mark, a type of error that is highly desirable when dramatic enough, especially if it's off-center by more than 15% and still includes the date. In some even more valuable instances, these coins were struck on defective or improper planchets, like foreign coin planchets or transitional blanks, resulting in the wrong metal composition, wrong weight, or even incorrect thickness, making these off-metal errors exceptional rarities in the eyes of collectors. Then there are strike-through errors, where a foreign object, often a piece of cloth, wire, grease, or debris, was caught between the die and planchet during the minting process, imprinting a portion of the object's texture or shape onto the coin's surface. In extreme cases, these can result in bizarre and highly visual errors that attract top dollar from specialists who thrive on owning unique mint mistakes. Furthermore, some 1995 D cents exhibit die cracks, cuds, and retained interior die breaks, flaws in the die itself that lead to raised lines or blobs on the coin, especially when they distort features like Lincoln's face or the words in the motto. And while these may seem like minor imperfections, large and dramatic die breaks are collected for their visual appeal and the insight they provide into minting wear and tear. And depending on the location and size of the break, such coins can sell for hundreds or thousands individually. Combine these with repunched mint marks, where the D was stamped more than once, resulting in a visible shadow or overlapping impression under magnification, and you're looking at yet another layer of complexity that makes the 1995 D penny highly collectible, especially when these repunched mint marks intersect with other errors on the same coin. Add to this the potential for coins with rotated dies, where the front and back designs are misaligned when flipped, leading to misoriented reverses, an error that's relatively rare in modern US coinage and commands a premium when discovered. All these errors individually might bring in modest premiums, but when multiple errors appear on a single coin, such as a 1995 D penny with doubling on the date, an off-center strike, a die crack across Lincoln's jaw, and a repunched mint mark, the compounded rarity and visual impact drive the value into the stratosphere, as few such examples are known and even fewer are in decent condition. Speaking of condition, that brings us to another vital reason the 1995 D penny can reach such astronomical prices: its grade. A coin's grade, determined by its level of preservation, luster, strike quality, and absence of wear, plays a massive role in its market value. Mint state, MS, grades above 65 are rare for any circulating cent from the 1990s, and if an error coin is also in MS 67 or higher, especially when slabbed by a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC, the value can jump exponentially. Many high-grade specimens of 1995 D cents with significant errors have been auctioned for thousands, with a few exceptional pieces surpassing $30,000, particularly when accompanied by extensive documentation and a strong provenance. Additionally, coins with unusual toning, those that have naturally developed shades of blue, purple, gold, or pink due to long-term chemical reactions with air or storage materials, can draw significant collector interest when the toning is attractive and not the result of artificial treatment, and when combined with an error, toned coins can achieve even higher premiums. But the mystery deepens when considering how these high-value 1995 D pennies have eluded detection for decades, raising questions about mint oversight, the role of coin roll hunting, and the accidental escape of test pieces or improperly struck coins into general circulation. Some theorists speculate that these may be the result of late-night runs, faulty die maintenance, or overlooked anomalies during quality checks, and in the chaotic atmosphere of a high-output mint facility like Denver, such mistakes, though rare, are not impossible. The thrill of possibly owning such a coin drives hobbyists to inspect every 1995 D penny they come across under magnification, hoping to spot doubling, misplaced mint marks, or die breaks that might reveal an overlooked fortune in pocket change. This fervor has led to the creation of online forums, YouTube videos, and social media groups dedicated to documenting and verifying these anomalies, and as more people become aware of the potential hidden in their coin jars, demand for verified error coins continues to climb, and prices follow suit. But what separates the $43,729 coin from the rest is a perfect storm of extreme rarity, multiple errors coexisting on one coin, exceptional condition, and collector demand meeting an extraordinary story. One notable example featured a coin with a bold double die obverse, a 35% off-center strike, a repunched mint mark, and a massive die break that ran through the motto, all in a near-gem uncirculated state, and it sold at a major auction for over $43,000, shattering expectations and prompting renewed interest in this otherwise overlooked issue. What makes this case even more compelling is that most people still don't know these coins exist, and many are unaware of how to identify the subtle signs of valuable errors, which means there are likely more of these coins sitting undiscovered in collections, change jars, or bank rolls across the country, waiting for someone with a keen eye and a bit of luck to find them. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector, a curious beginner, or someone who simply enjoys the thrill of the hunt, the story of the 1995 D 1-cent coin is a powerful reminder that history, value, and mystery can be hiding in plain sight, even in the smallest objects. Keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass handy, and your passion alive, because the next great discovery might just be in your pocket, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one to find another coin worth more than a brand new car, all because of a tiny, overlooked cent from 1995. And if you enjoyed this journey through numismatic wonder and high-stakes coin collecting, be sure to like this video, share it with fellow treasure hunters, and subscribe to our channel for more jaw-dropping stories, tips, and discoveries about coins that changed lives, because when it comes to rare currency, you never know which coin will be the next to hit the jackpot. Today, we're diving deep into the extraordinary, almost unbelievable story of the 2005 D 1-cent coin, a coin with a standard face value of just 1 cent but has been discovered in rare forms that are now commanding shocking prices as high as $23,647 due to an astonishing combination of mint errors, anomalies, and collector-driven demand that defies the normal logic of modern coin values and instead opens a door into the intricate, mysterious, and lucrative world of rare coin collecting where the smallest mistakes can turn a mass-produced coin into a priceless historical artifact, and in the case of the 2005 D penny, the sheer volume of possible errors, coupled with changes at the Denver Mint that year and rising interest from collectors, has pushed specific examples of this coin into the elite class of modern American numismatics and transformed it from everyday change into a coveted prize whose value is not just financial, but steeped in rich historical significance and the drama of rare discovery. So stay tuned as we unpack everything from die breaks to double strikes, off-center mintings to planchet issues, and the strange confluence of timing, rarity, and error types that have made this coin one of the most compelling case studies in how modern pennies can generate shocking returns for those savvy enough to recognize the signs and bold enough to chase after what others overlook. And the story begins with the context of the year 2005 itself, when the United States Mint, particularly the Denver branch, was producing billions of coins annually under increasing technological scrutiny and automation. But even with all that advancement, the reality is that the production lines remained vulnerable to small disruptions that led to dramatic mint errors, some of which escaped unnoticed and entered circulation. And that's exactly what happened with the 2005 D Lincoln penny, whose standard composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper on a copper-plated zinc planchet was meant to be unremarkable, but in reality gave rise to a whole series of notable minting mistakes that have since captivated the numismatic world, starting with the most visually striking among them, double die errors, particularly those affecting Lincoln's profile and the lettering of "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," which in some cases appear shadowed, ghosted, or replicated ever so slightly due to a misalignment of the die during the striking process. And these double dies are not only dramatic to see with the naked eye but are also incredibly rare in the 2005 D series, making them instantly valuable to collectors who are constantly seeking coins with that unmistakable doubling that proves the coin's flaw is genuine and not a result of post-mint damage. And then we have the off-center strike errors, which are among the most collectible types of minting errors and have been found on certain 2005 D Lincoln cents, where the coin is struck when the planchet is improperly aligned with the dies, leading to partial designs, blank sections of the coin, or even severely distorted images which make the coin visually unique and often one of a kind. And depending on how much of the design is missing, and whether the date and mint mark are still visible, these off-center strikes can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars on their own, especially when combined with high-grade preservation such as mint state 65 or higher. And then we delve into the intriguing realm of die cracks and die breaks, commonly referred to by collectors as cuds when they appear as blobs of extra metal, and these are caused by aging or damaged dies that crack during use, leaving raised lines or shapes on the coin's surface. And in 2005 D pennies, some cuds have formed in very distinct areas, such as near Lincoln's head or under the date, creating recognizable subvarieties that have been cataloged and are now sought after by error collectors across the country who appreciate both their rarity and the narrative they tell about minting wear and failure. And these cuds, especially the full retained ones, add immense value to a penny otherwise thought worthless. And let's not forget the clip planchet errors, which occur when the coin blank is improperly punched, leaving a curved or irregular shape on the final coin. And while rare, these clips have shown up in some verified 2005 D cents, further expanding the range of possible high-value finds from this single year-end mint mark. But the story doesn't stop at visible errors, because a whole class of transitional planchet errors, wrong metal strikes, and anomalies related to planchet composition have also been reported in this year, including the rare but extremely valuable case of 2005 D pennies struck on foreign coin blanks or legacy planchets left over from prior production years, which could include bronze compositions or steel planchets. And these transitional errors are considered holy grails by many collectors because they defy standard minting policy and are often so rare that fewer than a handful are known to exist, leading to massive price jumps at auctions and private sales. And it's not just the errors themselves that are driving value, but also the growing ecosystem of collectors, online marketplaces, and grading services that have given legitimacy and financial structure to the pursuit of rare pennies, meaning that coins that once went unnoticed are now being professionally graded, slabbed, certified, and traded for amounts that rival high-end antiques or investment-grade memorabilia. And this is where the 2005 D penny truly begins to shine, because while it may seem recent, its age places it in a sweet spot where modern minting meets enough distance in time to create scarcity in pristine condition, meaning that high-grade 2005 D era pennies, especially those in MS 67 or higher, are commanding astonishing premiums and are being hoarded by top-tier collectors and speculators who believe their value is only going to rise, and the most jaw-dropping example of this occurred when a 2005 D sent with both a strong double die and a major off-center strike, graded MS68 by a top-tier grading agency, sold at auction for an incredible $23,647, stunning attendees and setting a record that would cement this coin's reputation in numismatic history. And it's not just the one coin that sold high, it's the ripple effect, because that sale caused a surge of interest in 2005 D pennies across collector forums, Facebook groups, eBay listings, and YouTube communities, with more and more people checking their change, opening penny rolls, and rediscovering the thrill of the hunt for valuable coins in circulation, a movement that continues to this day. And as more discoveries are made, the total population of known valuable 2005 D variants remains low enough to ensure scarcity, especially in gem condition, meaning if you find one today, it could be your ticket to a small fortune. And beyond all the technical minting details, this coin's rise in value also tells a broader story about how the tiniest deviations in a rigid system, like the US Mint, can create opportunities for massive upside in an otherwise mundane object. And that's the magic of rare coin collecting, where passion meets patience and knowledge turns into real-world rewards. So if you're holding onto a 2005 D Lincoln Cent, take a closer look under magnification, check for ghost lettering, design shifts, blank spots, curved edges, raised lines, or strange planchet tones, because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary might just be hiding in plain sight on the coin in your hand. And if this deep dive into the secret value of a penny from 2005 has opened your eyes to the possibilities lurking in everyday change, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next incredible discovery that might just be sitting in your pocket right now waiting to be uncovered.